Hi, good morning, guys. So today I'm going to kind of do a little flipped lesson with you guys. I'm going to show you what to do, and then you guys can get going. I want to go through a couple of things just so you guys can kind of get your feet, and then I'm going to kind of let you go and work on this by yourself. Okay? So here's what I want. You guys are going to go to this PowerPoint right here. You're going to click on this PowerPoint and you're going to open your Cornell Notes. Now, I'm going to do you one better. I'm actually going to give you a copy of the Cornell Notes if you want to take notes by paper while you're watching this flip. Or I'm going to allow you guys to use the digital version of the notes. Either way, whatever works for you, okay? All right. So when you click on this, all right, click on that, this is going to pop up. And when you click on the other, that's going to pop up. Okay, so I'm full screening, okay, kind of showing you guys what to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and type in beliefs because this is actually it's belief systems, isn't it? So I'm going to make this belief systems. There we go. Then I'm going to put my name. Please put your name up there. Then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to put class, so SS, social studies, and you're either my first, second, third, or fourth period. Now I need to get to my essential question. So I'm going to go over here and click on my first slide. And my first essential question is, what influences what people believe? All right, I'm going to type it in here. I already have it. What influences what people believe? All right, since I have that typed in, let's go over here and take a look at the definition. Slide 3 is the definition. So there's a long definition there. It says, an idea or principle which we judge to be true, independent of what reality is or what can be proven, an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. Trust, faith, and confidence in something or something, someone or something. Well, like I said before, those are a lot of words, and I'm not going to write all those words. So I'm going to write down an idea or principle which we judge to be true, independent of what reality is or what can be proven. Okay, so I'm just taking kind of the first part. So I have that typed in. If you want to go ahead and write that down or pause this video, you guys can pause this at any time. Please feel free. You don't have to watch the whole thing at once. You can pause this and get caught up. Okay, even if you're still up here writing, pause the video and then write down your definition. All right, let's get to the next slide. The next slide is my first slide that I'm going to have to annotate and break down. Now, it's a little small because I had to fit it here, but it's slide 4. So I already have it written here, slide 4. And the question is, how does religion affect belief? And you guys have right here the question, how does religion affect belief? Again, stop the video at any time and get caught up. So I'm going to read this paragraph aloud. A religion is a set of beliefs that is held by a group of people. This set of beliefs comes from the area from which like means the same people come from. That's geography. And the very ideals of those people, culture. There are many different religions, each with a different set of beliefs. Most people are looking for their reason for living, and religion gives them a sense of purpose. The beliefs are about the world and the people in it, about how they came into being and what their purpose is. These beliefs are often linked to supernatural beings such as a god, a number of gods or spirits, through prayers and shared rituals. Okay, well, having said that, I need to find out who. And what's my rule of thumb? The who is always usually right away. And I have people. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in people. Now, the what about people? Well, remember my rule of thumb is people or the who always comes right away. But in this case, the what is actually before my who. So what about people? Well, my what is religion is a set of beliefs. Okay? Religion is a set of beliefs that is held by a group. So my what? Religion is a set of beliefs held by a group of people. Okay? So that's this part right here. That's the what. So I have my who and my what. My where? Well, I guess if you look for where, kind of says it right here. This is a set of beliefs that comes from the area from which like people come from. So, not that it's that important, but I think I might just put where people come from. Okay. Now, remember my rule of thumb. The why is always somewhere in the middle, not closer to the bottom. So let's start looking for the why. There are many different religions, each with a different set of beliefs. Most people are looking for their reason for living, and the religion gives them a sense of purpose. Well, let's go back to the what. A religion is a sense of beliefs that is held by a group of people. Why? And I have it right here. Why? Because most people are looking for their reason for living. That's my why. Type it in. Okay. I have my who, I have my what, I have my where, I have my why. Now I have to have my how. My how is explaining the why. I'll continue reading, picking up after the highlighted spot. And religion gives them a sense of purpose, the beliefs about the world and the people in it, and about how they came into being and what their purpose is. These beliefs are often linked to supernatural beings such as a god, a number of gods or spirits through prayers and shared rituals. How do people look for their reason of living? Rule of thumb, as I always tell you, it's always going to be towards the end. And here it is. How do they do it? They do it through prayers and rituals. When? Doesn't say. Okay, my notes are done. Now I have to write my summary. The question is, how does religion affect belief? Well, I'm going to write this right here for my summary. And again, you can pause this at any time. Religion affects belief because most people, again, looking up here at the top where my what is, oh, looking right here at my why, because most people are looking for a reason to live. I'm going to put a period, but I'm not done. And yep, I see it. I have a misspell. I'll fix it. I'm not done though, because I have still more answers to give. This can be shown through prayers and rituals. There, my summary is done. I am now done with this slide. My notes: who? People. What? Religion is a set of beliefs held by a group of people. Where? Where they come from. Why? Most people are looking for the reason for living. How? Through prayers and rituals. I'm now done with my summary. I can move on. Let's take a look at this little video here. Like this. I think you guys will too. All right. So now we move from that to our next slide that we're going to write on. The next slide we're going to write about is slide 7. So I'm going to move down here to my next part. I'm going to put slide 7. I'm going to go over here to question. And the question is, how does culture shape people's beliefs? How does culture shape people's beliefs? Okay, go over here and do a little fix here. Boom. See, beliefs, did I spell that right? Yeah, okay. All right, let me read. Culture shapes people's attitudes about others. They shape our attitudes because it influences how we see ourselves. Because you are part of those groups, you are more likely to think in certain ways. You will behave in certain ways. Our culture shapes our groups to think and behave in ways that seem normal to us and make judgments about others outside of our culture. Okay? Rule of thumb, culture shapes who are we talking about? People. So I'm going to go over here and put people. And of course, the question is what? Well, culture shapes attitudes about others. This is the what. So the who are people, and the what is this. Culture shapes attitudes about others. Okay, let me drop down to the where. Um, it doesn't really say where. I mean, you could make an argument for the word groups, but I'm going to leave it blank. I don't see a strong enough argument. Okay, the why. Rule of thumb. The why is always going to be somewhere in the middle or lower. So our what is culture shapes attitudes about others. Okay, why? Huh. They shape our attitudes because it influences how we see ourselves. All right. Well, in this case, our why is actually right here. Culture shapes attitudes about others. Why? It influences how we see ourselves. So I'm going to go right here and put it influences how we see ourselves. Okay. Now to the how. How does it influence how we see ourselves? Okay, that's it. How? How does it do that? Well, let's keep going. How does it show? How does it influence how we see ourselves? Because you're part of a group, in more likely certain ways, you will behave in certain ways. Our culture shapes our groups to think and behave in ways that seem normal to us but make judgments about others outside of our culture. Well, how does it do it? It does it like this right here. It's kind of a big one. So I'm going to put this right here and I'm going to say our culture shapes our groups and we make judgments about others. Okay? When? Doesn't really say. So I have my notes. Who? People. What? Culture shapes attitudes about others. Why? Because it influences how we see ourselves. How? Our culture shapes our groups and we make judgments about others. Okay, so now we have to write our summary. Our question is, how does culture shape people's beliefs? And I'm not going to write the whole summary. I'm going to give you a starter, and you guys are going to finish it. So I'm going to write Our culture shapes people's beliefs. Yep, I gotta fix that, don't I? About others, and you can put because, you can put, I'll put because right here. And then I want you guys to fill that part in. Our culture shapes people's beliefs about others because, well, go to your notes. You can use this part, I'd use this part, or this part. Then after you use one of those parts, I want you to put the next period there. I want you to put the next stop there. And culture, add some more. Add a little more in there. Use your notes. Okay? I'm going to let you finish that summary. As a matter of fact, I'm going to kind of let you guys finish this on your own. Here's your third and last slide that you have to write. It's right here. This is slide 8. The question is, how does geography determine beliefs? Spell beliefs, right? Okay, I'm going to read it. I mean, you guys are on your own. Since the beginning of time, humans have spread their ideas, concepts, and beliefs where they can reach in this world. Religion is important to them. If you are born in Iran, you will probably be Muslim. If you are born in a Christian home in the US, you'll probably be a Christian. Without lands or geography, religion would not exist. Religious people would not just spread their beliefs, but try to convert others. Geography is everything about people and their lands and nature. Religion is a part of human environment. Geography is human environment and natural environment. So, you guys figure this out. Who? Rule of thumb, somewhere early in the paragraph. What? What usually comes after the who or part of the sentence with the who in it. Where? Where does it say? Why? When you figure out your what, why about the what? And your how. After you figure out your why, how does that happen? And then your when, I don't know if there is a when. After you've written all that out, come down here and do your summary. I'll get you started. And again, you can stop this whenever you want. How does geography determine beliefs? I would start it with geography determines beliefs by, use your notes that you have. Go ahead and stop the video and fill that in yourself. Take a chance. You're fine. Even if you're wrong, we'll figure it out. And remember what I always say, if you guess and you have the wrong thing for the why or the how, it usually shakes itself out when you write your summary. But if you read your summary and it makes no sense at all, your notes might be wrong. Go back and take another look. The last thing I'm going to show you before this is over is this cool last video, the spread of world religion. This has to do with the geography portion. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the video. That's it for the PowerPoint and your notes. You have to write your own summary for slide 7, and you have to do your own notes for slide 8 and finish the summary for slide 8. And your final thing that we'll talk about, your homework for later, is what influences what people believe. If you have any questions, ask me. Good luck. I hope this has been informative, and I'll be moving around the room helping you when you need help. Thanks.